I woke up in Florida today, and I'm about to experience one of the greatest weekends of my life.
Are you kidding me? Bro!
I'm not even exaggerating. It feels like pure, genuine F1. There's like my wedding day, probably like right above that is gonna be today. So growing up, cameras, filmmaking, like all that sort of stuff was my hobby. Then over time it became my job, and I've been doing this for the past over a decade now. And then I had to develop new hobbies, just to take a break from life. I was such a workaholic that I had to kind of like develop new hobbies and take a break from, the work that I was doing. I just wasn't good how much I was working. And one of those hobbies was Lego. That was like my first being able to switch my brain off and just kind of like build something, work on something, do something like relatively creative. And then it's kind of like ended up being collectible for me. In our media room at our house, we have these like massive shelves in the room that's just like full of like Star Wars Legos and all my Formula One cars, which brings me to my second hobby, F1. And the craziest thing about this weekend, well, let's rewind like to what, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, something like that. There's a certain amount of weeks ago that I got a text from my manager. And he was like, by the way, Lego's probably taking you to F1. We're still negotiating the deal, but it's probably happening. 12-year-old me, you can tell I'm excited, my voice is cracking. I've already lost my voice because we were here yesterday. 12-year-old me pooping his pants. I'm still losing my mind. Like yesterday was so sick. Yesterday I was working solely on the actual, this video is not branded, by the way. None of this like vlog is branded. But I'm here, so I'm obviously gonna film it. Yesterday I was basically doing everything that I needed to do for the brand, but it's a 3-day weekend. I'm enjoying the rest of the time. And I'm like, I have to film this. This is like, you hear that? I don't know if you could probably hear it on video, but someone's preaching on this street corner. It's like the conviction of the Holy Spirit. Let's go. Long story short, I'm living my childhood dream. Thanks, Lego. So Jess really wanted to be here. I really wanted her to be here, but it sucks because, well, it doesn't suck. I mean, she's breastfeeding. We have a kid. It sucks that she can't be here, but that's the natural, that's a thing.
Doesn't suck for me.
Spoiler alert. Jess came down here and is in town, but she's hanging out with my family. We're in South Florida right now, so she's hanging out with my family. The kids are hanging out with the cousins and stuff, which is super cool. But I then, because she wasn't able to come and spend like the 3 days here because she is breastfeeding and it just wouldn't make sense. I got to invite someone. I got to turn it into a boys trip, and I invited none other than...
Holla at your boy. What's up, guys?
You were on the channel before. So this is Denny. When I did the video where I pranked Jess with AI and I made the song, his Denny surprise, I was making up for an L that I
Big L, and I'm so glad you did.
So let this right here serve as a formal invitation. Lego is gonna bring me and you to F1 in Miami next week.
Are you kidding me? Bro, no.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
This is
bro.
not a joke.
This is not a joke. Dude.
Are you freaking kidding me? No way. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Next
bro.
week.
Next weekend, you're coming with me.
Shut up. I'm filtering myself. Bro, are you kidding?
Let's go.
No way. Please don't invite me to anything ever again.
All my other friends, when I posted that I invited him because I forgot to invite him karting, they're like, start not inviting me to stuff, please. So you have to make up for it. But this is crazy.
This is
like,
wild.
You go.
I was better on the first one. This is like a retake because the phone's up against a pot.
Yeah,
I wasn't in the last frame, and I just had like some spicy sauce with some crab, and I feel like I'm sweating, and Gabe is just beautiful over here.
You are sweating.
Oh wow. Anyways, this is just wild. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I thought you were punking me or something.
Oh yeah, the whole time you were like, so what's the schedule? What's the tickets? I'm like, I don't know what the tickets are. I haven't gotten anything yet.
No.
It was kind of like last minute. I didn't know what was going on, but I'm like, I know it's gonna happen, so we're going. But
and here we are.
With crazy tickets, we have a suite basically, and our view of the track, we have a screen in front of us so we can see the action happening. It's amazing.
It's pretty sick, and I will be officially spoiled or ruined from now on.
You won't want to go to another race with regular tickets.
Yeah.
It's like if you ever fly first class,
you can't go back
on a plane. Going back to regular, you have tasted what it's like at the front, and it ruins you.
Yeah.
So don't do it, kind of thing.
Don't do it. but if
Unless
you're
you
gonna
can
go
consistently
Gabe.
do it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it.
This is a public apology to all the buddies out there.
I'm just looking at you. You're like sweating
I feel like I'm
profusely.
sweating.
You're sweating. Is it like half nervous, half
It's like
the spicy
hot.
food you ate?
You know, it's spicy.
It's not that hot, bro.
He's from Miami. This is like stuffy. We're inside. It just rained. It's Florida.
Also, you're like holding the mic.
We're gonna have to do this
I'm
again.
just gonna roast you the whole time. Anyway, this is Denny.
Oh snap!
So this is where we're at. Denny, are you giving us the tour?
We're in the 18 corner 18.
Oh, turn
streets.
18.
Turn 18.
Yeah. So out here, if you see the track, that's turn 19 right there. Turn 18 is right in front of us, and then that's turn 17 over there. So we get a good bit
But
of
what's
track.
crazy is this straight in the back. They literally fly and come to like almost a halt at this turn.
It sounds dumber than it is.
Oh.
It's unreal to see how quick they stop in real life. From going from 200 miles an hour to
It's
over
like a
200 miles an hour to just, let's go, baby.
It's like an airplane landing. And today it just rained here, so they're gonna have on wets or intermediates.
Yeah. If you know anything about wheel,
This is gonna be insane.
if you know
if
anything
something
about
happens
wheel,
over
you
here,
know
I'm
this is
literally
be a
gonna
crazy
pee
day.
myself.
The track is wet, and if you know anything about wheel, you know it's ready for a little bit of chaos.
Now we're arriving to the Lego suite with all our best friends.
Let's go. That's our little
Here we
POV right there. What's up, Gasly?
What's up, Gasly? Nice cut, bro. I kind of miss it long.
Let's freaking go, baby. First experience. It's technically a sprint, but it's a race. What was your?
It felt like a race.
That was wild.
That was insane.
Dude, if the race sucks tomorrow, that makes up for how entertaining it was. That was wild.
Well, that was exciting. I feel like my nerves are shot.
It is weird. The experience is weird because on TV you're seeing the action the whole time. Here in person, you're waiting for them to come to your part of the track because the track is like over 5 miles long, however long it is. So you're watching the screen, and then they come to your corner. They're here for like a few seconds when they loop around, and you get a little action, and then they're gone again.
Yeah.
So every time they show up, you're like, oh, they're here. And then they leave, and then you're like, okay, let me sit back down and watch the screen again.
It's also the feeling of 5,000 people right here losing their minds every time they come around.
Every like minute and a half.
Yeah, it's such a blast, so
It's hard to beat it.
yeah.
It's hard to beat it.
Bro, thanks for having me.
Oh, of course.
This
it
is sick.
Of course, bro. Boys
Damn.
trip.
Boys trip.
Boy. Sorry, Jess.
Sorry, Jess.
That's some high quality content right there. Bro, that smells so bad. Holy crap. Did he walk right behind us?
Yes.
That's crazy. Just got crop dusted out here. Jeez. Oh my gosh. I just ran into some people who we've like kind of known online, other influencers. They're like social media, like couple influencers, Sam and Monica. Jess knew about them more than I did. I like, turn on dad mode and just, I don't know anything anymore about pop culture. But no, it was really cool meeting them. We were just like chatting for like 30 minutes. They're pregnant. Congrats again, by the way, guys. Yeah, and it's like weird. You come to an event, you don't know who you're gonna meet. I also, an old friend that used to be on my manager's team, who I probably haven't seen, I think in like 6 years, is also here, and I think we're gonna be meeting up with him. And it's like, I think like the relationships part of this stuff is really what's like the cool part about it. It's like when I go karting. I never want to go karting without I just don't want to go by myself. I want to go like with friends and experience it with community and stuff like that. So coming to a place like this and like meeting new people and like connecting with people, knowing that I'm gonna meet up with an old friend that I haven't seen with in so long is like, I don't know, those are the moments that I will remember even more. Like obviously I'm gonna remember this whole experience, but like, getting a free coffee, that's not what I'm gonna remember about this experience. And like having this this is sick, but it's like, oh, remember when we met Sam and Monica for the first time. Remember when we met, when I got to meet up with Kai again. And remember when Denny got to freaking see F1 for the first time. Your reaction.
And when I meet Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, that's not happening. Before the next session, I'm on like this come down of this we had the really high octane, high adrenaline moment of the race itself, of the sprint race. And now I'm like tired, I had to get a coffee, and I'm just like sitting here thinking about life and pondering this weekend. And that's my takeaway. Those are my thoughts. So, any last words, Denny?
Let's go!
That was sick. Good job. So we met up with Kai, and he graciously gave us a third wristband on my wrist to this insane Red Bull Energy Station garage thing, and I feel kind of out of place. A bit posh, to be honest. If I'm being quite frank, it's a bit posh. How's my British accent? It feels like pure, genuine F1. Anyway, this is crazy. I just had my coconut cream and mango, so I'm feeling really good. Qualifying just ended, and it was quite exciting. I'm ready for the race tomorrow. Let's freaking go, baby. What a day. How do we feel?
Another day.
Another dollar.
Another dollar.
Another day, another vlog.
Dude, that was insane. I feel like we walked 1,000,000 steps and I'm sunburned.
I thought you were going to talk about the racing.
No.
Like, that was so sick, bro.
No, it was sick.
Like, the steps I got in today was, like, off the charts.
It was crazy. It was awesome. And again, I'm sorry to all the bros out there, but I'm not sorry because I had a blast.
And then at the end, Kai, who I went and saw, old friend, whatever, hooked us up with a third band that got us into, like, that Red Bull Energy Station thing.
That we almost lost. I almost went in without Gabe, and that would have been funny.
Oh, we almost lost one of the bands. He dropped it on the floor.
I thought you were punking me, though, because you're like, dude, where's the other one? I'm like, dude, I'm not joking.
It was crazy. I'm like, I don't have it. You grabbed both of them, and then Kai was like, I gave you both of them. Where'd they go? Because we walked away.
And he looked at me. He was like, I gave them to Denny. But before that,
when he handed them both, when I saw him hand them both to you, I was like,
well, the funny thing though, he was like, hey, just don't put these on in front of security because they'll kick you out, right?
Yeah, because you can't pass bands.
Yeah.
But they were leaving the track, and he was like,
so,
someone's got to use them, so he gave them.
I dropped them right in front of security.
It was like the security guard could have just like looked down at the floor and saw it.
So we looked back.
You were smooth though. He like walks up and he just like is like looking around and steps his foot over top of the thing
and went to tie my shoe.
And then he's down to tie his shoe and then just sneaks it. I was like, dang. I didn't know Denny got.
That was classic, like dude. And it was fun.
Gosh.
We had Flan.
Bro.
Played some sim racing. Gabe did. I was too humbled from the previous day of doing that. Decided best not to do it again.
I felt like the guy complimented me. He was like, that was a pretty good time. He's like, I think you got like a 1:30.
Yeah.
And then he checked the time and it was a 1:29. So I did even better than what he thought.
Dang.
And he said my time that he thought I got was good.
Oh.
So Daddy's got wheel, baby. Daddy knows wheel. Sorry.
It was a blast.
I can't
though.
even think.
If we
Danny's
do it,
trying to convince me to go to the casino across the street.
I know.
I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna go play slots. That's just not my vibe.
I just want to keep this dopamine high going. The come down from a full day.
Everyone's gonna hate you
at F1.
My audience is like so just like clean,
like who is this guy?
Like innocent. They're gonna be like, who's this guy?
Gabe brought
trying to take him to go like play poker across the street.
Listen, it'd be a fun time.
Oh my god,
it'd be a nice time.
What is the one like when you think of like this weekend so far? What's the one thing that's like?
I don't know. It feels surreal after watching it for years. Being here in person, it's just surreal. It's so much louder. The audience, the delay of waiting for the car to come back around. I don't know.
When something happens on track and you hear the whole grandstand roar, like roar, it's like,
dude,
it's nuts.
It's insane. I look forward to joining you
on all my other F1
for
trips.
All the other F1 trips,
for sure, for sure. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So here's to the first of many.
Cheers, salud. Since we're in Miami, I have to say something in Spanish.